Welcome back to the Viper Miner channel. I want to start out by thanking everybody for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the like button and the notification bell so you get notified when we drop a video. It helps us monetize the channel, and it also helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Today I wanted to go over just a real quick video on core wallets. I was setting up a core wallet today and I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what? I want to make sure that you're all safe because core wallets can be dangerous. You hear some horror stories out there where you load a core wallet on there to a brand new coin and all of a sudden you lose all your crypto on any core wallet because you're downloading code that you got to bypass your virus protection. So you're trusting that code to just be a core wallet, to act as a core wallet and in good faith. Unfortunately, there are bad actors out there, and that's just unfortunate. And so you need to protect yourself. So before we get into that, real quick, let's go and switch over to what to mine here. And so we got our 3070s up as our test rig just to see what's going on. You'll also notice that Cortex and Neil script is not highlighted or active because on the 3070s you don't get there's no they can't mine those. So we'll go ahead and do that. Do be aware that you need to put current profit and current values. If you do the average or 3-7 day, even the hour, which I believe that's a new, I don't recall seeing that before except for the last couple days. I think that's what's the mine's new value there. But you need the current values just for the fact that if you want to know what's profitable now, that's what you need to do. All right, and we're using 14 cents electric because that's kind of the national average right now. I do know it's ticking higher. If you're in a place that has even higher electric, these numbers are going to be even worse off for you. And I really hope that this ends very soon with the madness of our energy cost here in the United States. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to hit refresh just to make sure we got the most loaded data, and then hit calculate on our 3070s as our test rate. So today it is October 27th. We're almost at Halloween. I can't believe how fast October's moved and everything else. But so ERGO is on top right now. And then if you watch the channel, you know we don't mess around with nice hash. I'm already paying a developer's fee, a pool fee, and then I'm going to pay a nice hash fee on top of that. So I prefer to stay away from nice hash if I can. Ubiquity, Expanse, Castillo, and then Vertex. You'll notice D-Classic's down here, and Flux must be even further down. Here's Caspa, Fero, Meowcoin, and Flux. Where's Neaxa? Did we pass Neaxa? No, Neaxa must be way down the list. Neaxa's all the way down here, performing kind of poorly. I think because I can't find an article. I was reading through a bunch of articles and I saw an article about Neaxa, and I think that's what triggered miners to go to it. So the difficulty level has skyrocketed, unfortunately. But we come back up here. So ERGO's number one. So if we actually just kind of look at ERGO real quick here, 14 cents electric, as I said, current values, daily mining would be 0.9 in ERGO itself, so just less than 1 coin per day, netting you $1.80 in fiat US dollars with $3.49 on electric, netting you a negative $1.70. So still not profitable. So if you're mining like I am right now, you're not mining to be profitable. You're mining to hold a bag, and with the anticipation that things will hopefully go up. Not financial advice, but hopefully after the winter here in crypto, we will actually start seeing an increase. With that said, and again, not financial advice, but come the November elections, less than 2 weeks away now, if there's a shift in House and Senate, or just House, that means at least a stalemate and or shift in policies coming. So that could be beneficial to the stock market, the currency market, and crypto. Again, not financial advice, but only time will tell. I wish I had a crystal ball, but I don't. Okay, so with that said, if you watch the channel, and then I apologize, they do not have a dark mode. I looked before I logged on here. This is miner pool stats .stream. If you go to new coins, this will give you the new coin. So pink coin's a pink chain, not pink coin, pink chain is an ETH. It's brand new. It's only been a little less than 2 days now. It'll be 2 days in a couple hours. It looks like 37 hours. There are 12 pools now. When I first looked at this, when it first came out, I caught it like 6 hours in. There was only 2 pools. But what's kind of nice about this is it's ETH hash. So we understand that from an overclock standpoint in all our mining rigs, right? Because who hasn't mined Ether, right? So this is intriguing. Now, it's nice to see, but it's extremely speculative. This is not financial advice. This is extremely speculative mining. Okay, but I do like to see that Woolly Pool is in here and Hero Miners is in here. Originally, Woolly Pool was like one of the 3, I think it was. Hero Miners came in today, and Mining for the People came in today, and some Russia, German. So it's nice to see some adoption in this, which then got me thinking. So Pink Chain, because it's ETH hash, you can use MetaMask to hold this coin, and there's no exchange yet for it that I can find. Okay, it's now listed on GetGo coin or anything like that. I think it's Coin Market Cap. I think that's where I saw it. But you have to be very, very careful at this point. But I want to talk about other coins, right? So like here's Theta, which is a Ghostwriter, which is a CPU mining coin. And a lot of the CPU coins are profitable, okay? So that's good, right? So if you need to pay for some electric, throw your CPUs at it, because you can still mine and speculatively mine a ETH hash or a Kapow or even a Crypto Night. You can mine all those, even Zel hash, and get flux. You can mine Autolico with Ergo and still CPU mine and still make some profit to go help pay with your electric bill. So it's very helpful, right? But there's a danger there, as I mentioned at the top of the video. If you are downloading like Theta, however you say that, I get given up trying to pronounce half this stuff. I came from a family that was I'm second generation, so my parents were first generation. English was not, unfortunately, pronounced correctly in my family. A lot of Italian people will tell you that. But Theta is one that I've been mining, and it's actually quite. You can actually get it on Tryout now, but I wasn't sure in the beginning, right? So when I downloaded the core wallet, what I did is I downloaded it to a USB drive, and then I would access that core wallet via my USB drive on a laptop that I didn't use anywhere else, okay? And I went as far, and now remember, I used to do a lot of network security for the government. So not only my laptop was not connected to my network, it was hotspotted to my phone, okay? So it was totally isolated. With that said, you can do USB drives with these, like, so you got like this one here, and this is nice because it actually has a passcode I got to plug into this and then have the right passcode and then actually stick it into the USB port to be able to access. And then what I did is, because I was getting, I mean, I haven't gotten them all converted yet. I literally have a box worth of USB with all my wallets on it. And I got to the point where it's like, I started just to hold them in a USB strip. And I got a USB strip that I can turn on and off the individual ports, which is very key. So I can leave them all plugged in, but they would not activate to that laptop until I turned on that port for this particular USB, because not all of them had the key code here. So it was nice to do that. So this way I can just, I need to go add some more in the accent, or I want to get the address to do Java coin or whatever it was that I needed to do. I went ahead and did it that way. It got to the point where I now have a box. I have more than the 14 slots that I already have. I was like, this is getting out of hand. I came up with a different solution that I think might help a lot of you guys. So that's why I want to talk about it. So I had an old server blade server sitting around NAS server, and I loaded TrueNAS on it. Excuse me. Again, allergies are real bad here in Florida still. And so I loaded TrueNAS. Now, why did I load TrueNAS instead of like Windows Server with just a virtual memory, virtual machine on it? TrueNAS has 2 versions of TrueNAS now, which is really incredible, to be honest with you. So you have the core version, which is what we all know what TrueNAS was. Now there's TrueNAS Scale, and TrueNAS Scale uses Ubuntu as its main OS, and then it sits on top of Ubuntu. So it gives you a lot more flexibility. So literally I grabbed an old server blade that I had that was a NAS server. I think it's a Dell something. It's so old I don't even remember. I think 1350 or something like that, NAS server. And so it's got 2 nice Xeon processors still on it. It has 2, actually it has 3 gigabyte network connections, dual power supply. So I mean, it is a robust NAS. I loaded TrueNAS on it, and you can see on my screen here. So I have the 2 network connections here. These are the 2 that are actually available to the TrueNAS, and then the other one is the one I use to log into and everything else. And then you have these interfaces here that take a slice of the actual network connection. It's got 32 gig of RAM, and it's got 4 1 terabyte hard drives. So my SOP to any kind of NAS system is RAID 5. So it has a little bit over like 1.9, 1.10 terabytes when you calculate out RAID 5. So, which is really nice with RAID 5. So if I need more space, I go buy another set of 4 drives, and I just start swapping and let them rebuild, and I'll have once all 4 are larger drives, it'll take the smallest of the larger drives, and I recommend doing all the same size drives and all the same brand for that. But TrueNAS also offers you a lot more than just being a NAS, right? So if you look at the apps, it gives you a lot more apps. And the other thing I was looking at too is TrueNAS will probably work well if you want to do Filecoin, which is the decentralized NAS service. Okay, so there is that possibility. I haven't dug into that yet, but if you do search, and so there's 2 versions of apps I have on here. There's the original TrueNAS core apps, and then there's official charts, which is it's called True Charts, which is a certified version of apps for the TrueNAS core. I'm hoping as this continues, that you'll have more apps. And I did do an update on the apps, and it loaded like another 100 apps. But if I search Chia here, I cannot type today. There's Chia here. Oh, there we go. So I can actually run a Chia farm off a TrueNAS core system. That's fantastic, right? It'll handle everything. And you don't have to have this on a server blade. You can have this on an old desktop with a bunch of drives. It works real nice, right? But let's get back to core wallets. Underneath visualization, which is their version of virtual machine, and then, which I don't understand. So they got visualization, and then once you actually go into its virtual machine. So I have mine are all turned off right now, but you'll see. So I have WinServer now, because I got to caveat this. So because I'm using a Dell server with Dell CPU server chips, it will not run Windows 7, 10, or 11. Tried all of them. It requires a Windows server. But I have a template here, and then I have Pinkcoin here. Now, Pinkcoin's a fairly new coin as well. Not financial advice. I just started looking into it. I downloaded the wallet. I haven't mined yet to it, but it came on my radar because of the hurricanes down south and to the west coast of us. They'd already donated $60,000 they raised in coin to go help with the relief effort, and I thought that was fantastic. And anything that's going to help our fellow neighbors and our society, I'm all for it, right? So I'm intrigued. I want to learn more about it. So I did download their core wallet, but again, I did it safely on my TrueNAS system. And notice I have Neoxa here as well. So I can actually go in here. I could fire this sucker up, which will take a little bit of time to go fire up because it is Windows Server, unfortunately. But I would fire it up. I can load up then I start up and I actually have a start .bat file. It loads up the wallet and starts syncing to the chain. Now, you're saying, Viper, oh, and I got to wait for however long I was offline. You don't. You could go get a receive or send an address, and that's fine, and you can still let it sync. So what I actually am looking at doing is having an app run and just automatically turn these on and off and sync them once a week, once a month. I mean, how often do you need to actually do that? My wallet, I could, as long as I know what the address is, which I do have all my addresses offline on paper as well, I could just send it to an exchange and cash out if I needed to cash out. But because I am hodling most of these speculative coins, the only time I'm going to change them off one of these addresses off these core wallets is when there is a hardcore wallet or an exchange wallet that I can actually start sending stuff to and go from there. I like this a lot better than trying to have 100 USB drives. And the nice thing is that even if I were to spin up, come on, even if I were to spin up both Pinkcoin and Neoxa at this point, I just started moving these over. They don't see each other. So I could have 2 of these or 3 of these running at the same time and not have fear of one's a bad apple and starts taking my coins from another core wallet. It's impossible because it's a separate machine. There's a hardcore firewall right there that says, no, you can't do that, which is really nice. And then it doesn't take much to run these. Now, I am looking at most of the core wallets are either Windows or Linux, mostly Windows and Linux, and actually I know you can actually, even if it says Linux and there's no Mac, you could probably run it on a Mac still, because Mac is Linux. But I'm actually thinking about running a couple cores, VM machines in Linux, just to put the core wallets in Linux, because I can use that a lot less resources to go do that and get more on here. You also notice I have a core node, Chrome node, and a Chrome node server here that I've been playing with. It looks like it'll work well. The issue is this takes, either one of these takes up a lot of resources to run, which then I can't do my core wallets. So I'm probably going to look at getting another box I got sitting around doing nothing and throw a couple drives in it and then run TrueNAS on it. And then I can have multiple virtual machines that have multiple nodes then, is what I'm hoping to do. I'll let you know if that works out. But if that works out, then I can run, I have gigabyte speed in my internet up and down. I can split that up pretty easily and have 2 or 3 nodes running simultaneously on one system then, and that would be fantastic. So again, I just want to make sure you guys are safe. Core wallets, make sure you don't put them on your main system, and keep them all separate. So whether that's in even a standard USB drive that you take onto an offline system, when I mean offline is like not part of your own system, and it's a laptop or a desktop dedicated to only accessing your core wallets. This way, you're not going to get in trouble in the sense of somebody stealing away your coins. I've heard so many stories, and there's so much. I'm going to just go on Reddit. You'll see it there a lot. One of the things you can do too is go into the project Discords, and after a couple of days, if they're scamming people, it'll be out there. People will let you know too. But why take that chance? Not only that, but the nice thing about that is that if something were to happen, whether that virtual machine or you're not losing all of it, you're just losing that one core wallet. And then of course you keep your seed phrases separate, offline, and you can rebuild that wallet then. All right. So please hit the like and subscribe button and smash that bell icon so this way we can get notification for videos. And be safe. Try to be profitable.